Imagine a volcano, not a dormant and serene one, but one whose heart beats between absolute calm and the most devastating eruption. One day, the landscape is tranquil. Life flourishes at its feet. The next, the internal fire breaks through all barriers and ravages everything in its path. This is what the mind of a person with bipolar disorder can feel like. It's not a poetic metaphor. It's the raw reality for millions of people navigating between two abysses. Today, you are going to discover the complete truth behind one of the world's most misunderstood and stigmatized mental conditions. And most importantly, you will see that between profound darkness and blind euphoria, there is a map, a path to stability that we will unravel together in the coming minutes. Because bipolar disorder is not about the mood swings we all have. It's not about feeling sad one day because of the rain and happy the next because the sun is out. It's something much deeper, visceral, and transformative. It's as if the very operating system of reality is constantly being rewritten. In the depressive phase, the world isn't just seen as gray. It feels heavy, dense. Every thought is covered in lead. Every happy memory is tainted with guilt. Getting out of bed can require Herculean effort, like trying to move underwater in a cement diving suit. Energy doesn't just vanish. It's replaced by a void that hurts physically. Hopelessness isn't a passing feeling. It's a permanent guest that settles in your mind, whispering that this pain is the only possible state, the only truth. And then, without warning, or with signs only trained eyes can see, the opposite pole arrives. Mania, or its less intense version, hypomania. It's as if someone cut the brakes in your brain and injected pure nitrogen into your consciousness. Ideas don't just flow. They crash into each other like pinballs, creating impossible connections, grandiose projects that are born and die in seconds. Confidence becomes overwhelming, arrogant. You feel invincible, the misunderstood genius, the Midas king of ideas. Sleep is an enemy, a ridiculous waste of time when there is so much to create, so much to experience. But this is not happiness. It's a dangerously intoxicating mental state. Under this influence, people make decisions that destroy lifelong savings in one afternoon of compulsive shopping. They start absurd business ventures, cross lines in personal relationships that can't be erased, take physical and legal risks with a sense of total impunity. Mania is not fun. It's a fever that burns the mind from within, leaving ashes and consequences in its wake. And sometimes, in its most severe forms, it can be accompanied by psychosis, where the line between real and imaginary vanishes completely. But here comes the critical element, the silent controversy no one wants to fully confront. The correct diagnosis of bipolar disorder can take, on average, up to 10 long years. A decade of wandering through doctors' offices, being labeled depressive, anxious, unpredictable, or dramatic. A decade in which the person and their families fight against an unnamed enemy, blaming themselves for a biological storm they cannot control. This is the great failure of our healthcare systems. Why, in the full era of neuroscience and artificial intelligence, do we still fail to detect the pain hidden behind these extremes in time? Why is stigma faster than diagnosis? The answer often lies in the disguise. Hypomania can look like simple productivity or charisma. Depression, like laziness or weak character. And in between, there is bipolar disorder type II, where the euphoric phases are subtler but equally damaging, and often go completely unnoticed until the damage is done. Or cyclothymic disorder, a roller coaster of less severe but eternally destabilizing ups and downs. Yet, against this seemingly bleak landscape rises the hope of treatment. And treatment is the anchor, the navigation system. It's not a magic wand that erases the condition, but a powerful, scientifically proven combination. Medication, specifically mood stabilizers like lithium or other modern drugs, acts as the foundation of a building. They don't change your personality. They level the emotional ground so you can stand firm and begin to rebuild. They are the shield that cushions the strongest blows of the storm. Upon that foundation, psychotherapy builds the rest. Cognitive behavioral therapy teaches you to identify the distorted thought patterns that fuel episodes. Family-focused therapy helps create a support network that understands and doesn't judge. Psychoeducation is the most empowering tool. It's the user manual for your own mind. You learn to recognize your unique early warning signs, that sudden insomnia, that growing irritability, that racing thought that heralds the arrival of mania, or that loss of interest, that mental slowness that precedes depression. You learn to have an action plan, to adjust your lifestyle, to master the rhythm of your days, to maintain balance. Recovery, therefore, is not the absence of the condition. It is mastery over it. It's learning to navigate between its two seas with the skill of an experienced captain. It is a roller coaster, yes, but one where you have control of the brakes and know every turn of the track. It's accepting that bipolarity is a part of you, but it does not define you. It's finding that stability, that middle point from which you can live a life not just normal, but full, creative, and profoundly meaningful. Many of history's most brilliant artists, leaders, and thinkers have channeled the intensity of this condition to change the world. The key is not to eliminate it, but to tame its fire. If this journey to the confines of the human mind has made you think if you've seen a loved one's experience reflected here, or even your own, or you simply feel you now understand something that was once a mystery, your interaction is crucial. Hit like if you believe it's time to talk about mental health without taboos. Subscribe to this channel because here we will keep exploring the secrets of the psyche, debunking myths, and delivering knowledge that transforms lives. And most importantly, comment. Did you know the real complexity of bipolar disorder? Do you think society is ready to understand it? Your voice, your opinion, is the next step to breaking the stigma. The conversation, the true collective healing, begins now, right here in the comments.